niggas off the block like it's Texas. Woo. Know that 250 your chills, don't it? Steady ringing in your ears, won't it? If I'm blessed to make a meal, I'ma bust that shit down with my real homies. I just wanna bow. For my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s where they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And if you why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof. Lord, I just wanna bow. Hey. Yeah. To all them children, you grew up with parents strung out on drugs. Yeah. I just wanna bow. Hope you do too. And I hope you do too. Yeah. Man, to the brother that had a real and she left him for whatever reason. Yeah. I just wanna bow. I hope you do too. And to the sister, you know what I'm saying, that had that nigga leaving. Yeah. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Some of my niggas is locked up. I hope you do too. Man, I hope you niggas see the light of day. Yeah, I just wanna bow. Yeah, I just wanna bow.
Always still on my own. Don't need you all in my song. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome. Always still on my own. Don't need you all in my song. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome.
Getting out of the streets. Nigga trying to eat. Wanna the police. Oh, time is stealing from me. I'm on my own way to pray. But white Jesus can't save me. Get him away from me. I don't know what to say. So many niggas hate me. Get him away from me.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome. Trying to keep it on the true side, nigga. Laying low to play it cool now, nigga. Ass niggas on the team, I've been known to get the green ever since I was 2'5", nigga. Coop hanging out the boot 9, nigga. Cause I ain't stunting on them. Put my whole team on so they ain't wrong. When niggas doing bad, you know that they be hating on you. Get the open that you fall, they be waiting on it. Bullshit, get bread for the envy. Best friend, keep the looking like enemies. When you got it in the bank account empty. Perfect recipe to bring it out of your team. Looking for my words I view. Learn from everything I've been through. Some of every girl, if you ain't spending life with a nigga, never let it put a dick up in you. Cause if a nigga wrong, I'ma check that shit. If we get people along, never flex that shit. Told my son when you getting money, never took it to a bar, flip it up and then invest that shit. Give a lot of game, trying to bless my kid. Gotta keep it real, that's the best shit. Gotta hear this up and feel it back in Texas. When I get up on the track, yeah, I wreck shit.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride trap with my chrome.
Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome. Always up on my own. Don't need you all in my zone. Spend so much time alone while I ride around with my chrome.
Always up on my.
All right, Shalom, Israel. It's the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West and 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. Salakia. It's the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday law class. It's Priest and Officer YAHANNA. You understand? Bring you this law class every week. You understand? I want to go into something a little different today. What I want to go into is, you know, what we got to understand is every day, like, we have real, like, okay, how can I put it? You understand? While we out here, you know, trying to change our life and follow the law, statutes, commandments, we got to understand that there's a true enemy out there that's trying to come up against us to try to stop us from doing the work of the Lord, trying to stop us from following the law, statutes, and commandments, trying to stop us from following our God and our rules and our culture. And we have to understand that the laws that's set in place for us to not, to not do certain things, we have to understand these laws are set in place. It's a spirit behind the law. It's because, you understand, we have to be in our right state of mind, our right state of being, you know what I'm saying, in order for the Lord to deliver us from this hell that we in. You understand? Give me 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. It's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures say you're not supposed to get drunk. It's a reason why you're not supposed to smoke weed. It's a reason why you're not supposed to even do anything that's going to cause you, to be under the influence to the point where you can't, you can't perform tasks. You can't do certain things. You're unaware. You're not alert. You understand? It's a reason for that. Let me ask you something. If a soldier is on the battlefield and he high, drunk out of his mind, is he going to be able to fight a war like successfully? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be too under the influence. Even if he feel like, oh no, I'm all right, I can handle this. Your reflexes are not going to be the same. Your alert level is not going to be the same as somebody who's of a sober mind. You understand? That's not to say you can't drink. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can drink. Christ turned water into wine. Christ loved to drink. You know what I'm saying? When Christ come back, he's going to have a drink with his brothers. You understand? We drink wine at the Passover. Our brothers drink. I don't drink personally, but you know what I'm saying? We do drink. We ain't Christian. You understand? And even Christians, they do way more than that. You understand? But the point I'm trying to make is we don't get drunken, you know what I'm saying, to the point where we not alert. We can't handle, you know what I'm saying? We can't fight a war. You'll never be able to run up on a priest or prophet of the Lord, you understand, whether he was drinking or not, and gain an advantage over him. You'll never be able to do it. We're going to always be able to battle you with scripture. We're going to be able to battle you, you understand, physically too, if it came down to it. You understand? That's because we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? So I said that to say this. We have to be in our right state of mind in all aspects, following the laws, doing what we're supposed to be doing, so that the Lord can deliver us out of this hell. Like, we walk around in America acting like the Lord hasn't delivered us before out of captivity, or out of lands, or out of situations, you understand, that we may have been in, and you know what I'm saying, we follow his direction, he leads us out of that. You understand? He delivers us from that. And that's the same thing that's going to happen here in America. But first we must, you know what I'm saying, do certain things in order for that to happen. One of those things is come together. You understand? Zephaniah 2:1. I don't want to go. I ain't gonna pull that scripture for the simple fact, you understand, I got a whole lesson to teach. For time's sake, it says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. Yeah, gather together, you know what I'm saying, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. You understand? Before the decree set forth. So I'm paraphrasing, but the point is, we got to gather together. It ain't no, oh, I'm gonna do my own thing, they do their own thing. We all Israelites. I'm following the law, statutes, and commandments, and we're gonna be all right. Lie. We all supposed to be under one umbrella, teaching the same thing, one body. You understand? Many members, but one body. You know what I'm saying? One body, one mind, one ideology. You understand? Not a whole bunch of different things, not a whole bunch of confusion. So with that being said, you can't be high out of your mind. You can't be out here smoking weed and, you know, popping pills and doing cocaine and smoking crack and, you know, smoking sherm and doing all these things that's altering your mind. You can't be out here smoking cigarettes either. You understand? You can't be out here doing things that's gonna, you know, alter your brain to the point where you can't even understand what's going on in the world. You have to be spiritually and mentally. You have to be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually sound. You understand? And strong and prepared. You understand, for what this enemy, because I'm telling you right now, our enemies, they strong and they ready to, you know, they are game planning. Like, for example, you know, like, okay, we got the playoffs. You understand? You got the Rockets versus the Warriors. You got teams game planning against the best player on the other person's team. So like, for instance, KD's on the Warriors, right? So you got the Rockets game planning to stop him. You know what I'm saying? Stopping Steph Curry, stopping Klay Thompson. On the other hand, you got the Warriors game planning to try to stop James Harden. Like their whole game plan is revolved around trying to stop him from doing what he do. Well, guess what? Our enemies out here, they are game planning to stop us from bringing out this truth. They're trying to stop us from following the law, statutes, commandments. They're trying to get us to follow their law, their gods. It's Christianity 101. You understand? What does Christianity do? They try to get you to follow their God. Like the Romans have, the Catholic Church and the Roman has put this God here for us to serve in Christianity. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says Christ was a white man. There's nowhere in the Bible says he's a white man. There's nowhere in the Bible that says the other disciples are white or the other prophets in the Bible are white. But guess what? Everywhere you turn, you go to Google, you go to a Catholic Christian church, everything is white, 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 white. You understand? That is the white man's agenda to push white supremacy upon you and to get you from understanding that not only being black is a great thing, but our king is black. Our God is, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand that, like, the God of the Bible is our God. And we are a black people. The people in the Bible, this is a black man's book. We are a black people, and we got to understand that. So read what you got.
God. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 8. Mm-hmm. Be sober. Be vigilant.
It say be sober. Be vigilant. What does that mean, to be vigilant? Raise your hand if you could. You want to try to answer it, Yahya? Go ahead. Give it a try. Speak louder if you could. To be aware of your surroundings. Give her a hand. That's exactly what it means. It's to be alert, to be aware, to keep an eye out, to be prepared. You understand? For anything, be vigilant. You understand? Be sober, meaning when it's saying be sober, is that saying, oh no, you know, if the doctor prescribed you some medicine, don't take it? No, it's not saying that. Is it saying, no, you can't have a drink? No, it's not saying that. It's saying, don't get high out of your mind. You understand? Be sober. You understand? Now, you know, some, you know, you may just had a baby or something. You got to take some morphine or some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could avoid it, I would personally, because it's very addictive. But you know, like, you got other stuff out there. You know, maybe some muscle relaxers, painkillers, or whatever that they'll give you. You understand? If the doctor prescribe it, then you know what I'm saying. Hey, the scriptures say, honor a physician with the honor due unto him. So if the doctor prescribe it, then it's tawab. But don't be out here trying to make your own concoction of medicines, and don't be out here trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, weed is lawful. It's an herb growing from the ground, when, you know, the scripture says, it said be sober. You understand? Be vigilant. Keep reading.
God. Because your adversary, the devil.
The who?
Your adversary, the devil.
The who?
Your adversary, the devil.
It says your adversary, meaning your enemy, the man, the person that's opposing you, the people that's opposing you, your adversary, who you are against, who are against you. You're the devil. Who is the devil? Go ahead. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? So your adversary, the white man, is, you know, keep reading.
God. As a roaring lion, walketh about.
Is as a roaring lion walking about. Well, guess what? They're like a lion, and we're like what? Go ahead.
Sheep.
We're like sheep. We are sheep. You understand? And we walking around a bunch of lions, roaring lions, ready to strike at any moment, ready to devour us. You understand? Setting up traps and, you know, being sneaky. You know how lions are, how cats are. Cats are real sneaky. They get down real low and they wait for their moment. And they're very powerful too. You understand? They're very powerful. Who is the king of the jungle? Go ahead.
The lion.
The lion is the king of the jungle. Well, guess what? Who is the king of America right now? Go ahead.
The white man.
You understand, right? So they're as roaring lions walking about. You understand? And we're like sheep. Keep reading.
God. Seeking whom he may devour.
They're trying to pick any moment to strike us, man. In any way possible, in any form, and use anything against us. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, lock us up. They're trying to put us on child support or get us put on child support, get us to miss our child support payments so they can lock us up. You understand? They're trying to put false charges on us. They're trying to kill us just straight out. You understand? Like any way possible, they're walking about seeking whom they can devour at any moment. You understand? So we got to be sober and vigilant. How we gonna do that if we got a bunch of confusion going on? How we gonna do that if we getting high out of our minds? I understand this oppression that we going through, make you want to, not want to be here or not want to be in your right state of mind because you don't want to face the things that's going on. But guess what? You're not the only one that went through nothing. You're not the only one that had to go through trials and tribulations. The scriptures say there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? We can't be selfish and be like, well, I'm going through this. I don't want to be here. I don't love you. Like, no, that is selfish because there were men and women that came before you that had to make sacrifices, that had to go through what they had to go through. You understand? So we can't be like that. We got to be able to fight through that and endure to the end. That's what the scriptures say. He that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You understand? Like, that's what we got to do. We can't be playing around with this, man. Also, what we do know is the Most High will deliver us out of this hell. Like, we have to understand, if you say you love the Lord and you believe in this and that, then you can't be walking around. You got to act like you believe. Just like, okay, if you get a chair and you see that chair, a chair is meant to be sat down in, right? Well, guess what? Are you going to hesitate to sit down in a chair? You ain't going to look at the chair and be like, is this chair going to hold me up? You're going to sit down on the chair, no hesitation, with the faith that that chair is going to hold you up. You understand? Somebody built that chair sturdy enough for you to be able to sit in it. So, and by your experience, chairs have held you up in the past. So, if you sit in this chair, you're going to be straight. You ain't going to fall. Well, guess what? The Most High has, he's delivered us out of hell before. He's delivered us out of captivity before. So you should know what he's capable of doing. You should know what he's going to do. You understand? His promise is to deliver us. Christ is going to come back and the Lord is going to deliver us out of the hands of our enemies. You understand? We have to understand that. Give me Psalms 34:17. The Lord is going to deliver us. You understand? The Lord is going to deliver us out of this captivity, man. And we have to be sober-minded, and we have to be vigilant, and we have to, come together, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, so that the Lord can do that. You understand? He ain't finna help nobody that ain't trying to help themselves. You walking around here, you ain't trying to do nothing, trying to put no brick in. Following the law, statutes, and commandments is the bare minimum. You understand? And you ain't doing that if you ain't doing one of those three things I named. Coming together, you understand? Being sober, vigilant. Y'all gotta understand, man. It's more than just the 10 commandments. You understand? The law, statute, commandments of the Lord. Anything that's giving you an order saying this is what you need to do and follow in order to, not sin, or anything that's against sin. That's the laws. You understand? Read what you got.
God. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 17. The righteous cry.
It say the righteous cry. The Lord understands you going through this captivity. The Lord understands you. He knows you're going through these trials and tribulations. You understand? It's a reason why you're going through it. You know what I'm saying? We're going through the curses because we did it to ourselves, man. Anytime you going through something in life, you understand, it's either a test or it's a punishment. You understand? It's either a test or a punishment or both. Because at the end of the day, before we came into the truth, you still gonna listen. We still gotta pay for, you know what I'm saying? It's punishment. Listen. When you do something wrong, when you come into the truth, you know what I'm saying? You born again, you're a new person. But you understand, some of us come into the truth and still kind of mess up here and there. You understand what I'm saying? Well, guess what? You're gonna receive punishment for that. So it may not come when you think it's gonna come. You understand? It may not come, it may not happen tomorrow or today. You know what I'm saying? But when it hits you, it's gonna hit you hard, and then you're gonna be like, dang, what's going on? What did I do? Well, that's your punishment. You got to deal with it. You understand? Endure. Because the Lord had to deal with you being obedient. The Lord had to feel pain and feel hurt from or feel some type of way for his people to disobey his word. You understand? It say the righteous cry. You understand? We out here, you know what I'm saying, crying every day trying to get up out this hill. That's why when you hear, you know what I'm saying, praying for the death of our enemies, and That's us crying out to the Most High, saying, please deliver us from this hell. You understand? It say the righteous cry. Keep reading.
And the Lord heareth.
And the Lord hear you. You understand? Keep reading.
And delivereth them out of all their troubles.
The Lord will deliver you out of all your troubles, but you have to do your part. You can't just be screaming, help, 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 and you ain't trying to put in your brick. You ain't trying to do what you're supposed to be doing. Give me Psalms 107:6. And then we're going to go to Daniel chapter 3. You understand? Yeah, you can't just be you can't just, you know what I'm saying, be crying out, please help, 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 and you ain't trying to, you know, do what you're supposed to be doing. You got to do what you're supposed to be doing. You got to follow these laws. You got to put your brick in. You understand? Whether you're a brother or a sister. You understand? There's bricks to be put in for women too. You understand? Go ahead, read what you got.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 6. Then they cried unto the Lord in their trouble.
They cried unto the Lord in their trouble. So the things that we doing here, you know, going through the trials and tribulations, you understand, going through the curses, diabetes, cancer, you understand, heart problems, high blood pressure, you understand, which falls under heart problems. You know what I'm saying? Some of our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, diagnosed with HIV, AIDS, you understand, all these lupus, you know what I'm saying, all these different type of diseases and stuff come upon us. These are curses, you understand? You don't think the Lord know and hear your cry? You don't think the Lord know and see, you know what I'm saying, our enemies shooting us down in the middle of the street? A new video just surfaced with Sandra Bland. You could tell the officer was aggravated. You could tell that officer was really hating the way, you know what I'm saying, she was talking to him and how she knew the law and how she was questioning him. He hated that. That white devil, he hated the fact that this black woman is being defiant to him. You understand? And that's how we know that they killed that woman. You understand? That's how we know the white man killed her. She ain't gonna hang herself. What? She wasn't even in that state of mind. Why would she kill herself? You understand? Like, we know, like, it's something funny going on behind the scenes. That's why they settled the whole. If I'm not mistaken, they settled a civil suit. You understand? Behind closed doors for like 1.9 million. You understand? Why would they do that if they knew it wasn't some type of foul play somewhere? Then I seen an article where a brother in the same jail got hung. You understand? Ain't no telling what happened to him. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, she wasn't in no, you know what I'm saying? A person that's, you know, going through something mentally ill or depressed or down or suicidal, you would know when they book you. That's why they go through all these different protocols, ask you all these different questions when you first get booked in. You understand? This was a strong black woman, and she wasn't going for no anything. You understand? Like, I mean, it's just a bunch of foul play. Then you see the new video coming out. You could tell that that devil had a vendetta against her. You understand? The way he pulled his taser out and threatened to light her up and all these different things, you understand? The white man is your enemy, man. Stop trying to love the white man. Why you love the white man? They hate you. They hate the sight of you, black man, black woman. They hate you. You understand? Like, we gotta wake up and understand that they are not on our side. Their goal is to wipe us off the face of the earth. Like, that's really their ultimate goal. They really don't want to see no more black babies born into the world. That's why they got Planned Parenthood. That's why they got that. Do you know how many babies get aborted every year, black babies? It's a lot. You understand? Because their goal is to they don't even want us on earth. So why would you be upset when we pray for the death of them? You understand? Why would you feel some type of way, man? You need to come together. Whoever watching these videos need to come together with their people and pray that their enemy die too. We do it for our people. You understand? Read what you got some more to keep reading.
And he delivered them out of their distresses.
The Lord is going to deliver us out of our distresses, but we have to do what we're supposed to do. We got to do our part. You understand? Y'all hold it down. Sit back. You understand? We gotta do what we supposed to do. Like, we can't be sitting here, you know, lollygagging around and taking it for granted and doing those things, man. The Lord gonna deliver us out of this hell. So you ain't got to use the excuse no more. I'm depressed. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with that. We're gonna get delivered. You understand? But you gotta do your part. Instead of holding your head down, hold your head up and make a difference. Do something that's gonna make a change in this nation. Build this nation up. You understand? That's what you do. You do your part. You understand? Give me Daniel chapter 3. We're gonna start at 1.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1.
Now, if anybody familiar with Daniel or this chapter, this is talking about, you understand, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know what I'm saying? King Nebuchadnezzar was trying to force them to follow, doing the same thing that the Christianity is pushing on us today. Whether it be Christianity, you know what I'm saying? And I use the same category to describe Muslims, Buddhists, or any other religion out there. They all Christian. You understand? It's the same thing that they doing. They pushing an agenda out here. King Nebuchadnezzar is pushing an agenda for them to follow his God. These idols that are set forth. Give me before you get there, give me in the 10 Commandments, Exodus chapter 20, chapter 22. It's like it. Give me chapter 20, verse. We're gonna start at verse 1. It's the first 10 commandment it was the first of the 10 commandments that was given. Now, what y'all need to understand about the 10 commandments is, no, it's not just 10 commandments that we have to follow. The reason why 10 commandments are so significant is the Most High delivered these. You understand? When the Most High delivered these, the people were so afraid. The people were so afraid. The mountains were smoking, and the earth was shaking, and you know what I'm saying? At that point, when they heard that, they were like, you know what? From now on, you understand, Moses, you could be the mediator, because if the Lord keep talking to us, then we gonna die. You understand? That was after he gave the 10 commandments, but the Most High delivered these. You understand? It says, chapter 20, read verse 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these words.
And who spoke all these words?
God.
Go ahead.
Saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
This is the Most High telling, look, I brought you out of the land of Egypt. You understand? So just like he brought us out of the land of Egypt, he gonna bring us out of the land of America too. Keep reading.
Out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
This is the first commandment that he came out of his mouth. That's how you know how the Most High feel about us worshiping these other gods and idols. You understand? That's how we know that the Most High, he hates us worshiping these other gods and these other idols and celebrating these feast days that are sacrificed to other gods. Like, what you got to understand is, when you celebrate Christmas, what are you doing? You are worshiping another god. Christmas is a pagan holiday where they were actually presenting presents to the god Nimrod. That is a whole nother god. The Most High is displeased with that. He hates that. It says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
It says, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Keep reading.
Or that is in the earth beneath.
Or that is in the earth beneath, meaning if it's in the skies or on the earth, it don't matter. You're not to make any graven image. You understand? Keep reading.
Or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. What are you doing to the cross? When you're in the Christian church and they say, let's pray, get on your knees and bow down and bow your heads and all this stuff, that's what you're doing. And you don't even realize it. You bowing down to a white Jesus on the cross. Not only is it whole nother God, because that's Caesar Borgia. You worshiping another man. You worshiping Caesar Borgia. Not only is you doing that, but it's also mocking how Christ died. You ain't gonna walk around with a chain with you know what I'm saying, a noose around a black man neck, hanging from your, you know what I'm saying, on the chain and walk around like, yeah, man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do that. Why? Because that's how our people die. We get hung on trees. So you're gonna walk around with a chain with a piece that's like a tree and a black man hanging from it? It is mocking, man. That's what we doing when we wear that damn cross. You understand? We are mocking how Christ died for us. And we don't even realize it. We are worshiping a whole nother God when we sit down in churches and bow down to Caesar Borgia, praying to Caesar Borgia. And we don't even realize it. That's what the Roman Catholic Church has pushed on you. You understand? That's what Christianity has pushed on you. The Muslims ain't no better. They worshiping a rock. You understand? You worshiping the dumb stone. Buddhists worshiping a whole big, giant, glass, fat Asian dude. You understand? I don't even know what, you know what I mean? Like a big Asian baby. You understand? Like that's what Buddhist is. You worshiping a whole nother, I mean, you know, like, and we don't even understand it, man. As a people, we don't even realize what we're doing. Because guess what? Why? What did I say earlier? We are not what? What is the main thing that our people are doing that's causing us to not understand and be alert of what's going on? I just read it in the scripture. You want to answer? No? You want to give it a shot, Ron? What I said earlier about, you know what I'm saying, why are we not able to, you know what I'm saying, understand what the white man is doing as far as having us worshiping these other gods and, you know, following Christianity, following Islam and all these and Buddhists and all these other different religions out there? Why can't we see it? I said, why are we so caught up? Not only the scripture does say my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, but what are we doing to ourselves? I just brought it out earlier in the scripture. What are we doing to ourselves that's preventing us from being alert and understanding what's going on? Go ahead. That's what we're doing, but why are we doing it? Why are we so blind to, you know what I'm saying, the truth? Huh? Nah. I just read it in the scripture earlier. Go ahead.
We're not sober.
We're not sober and vigilant. You understand? We are not sober. Guess what? We want to smoke weed. We want to do some powder. We want to, you understand? You got to handle that. You just don't have to handle that. We want to go and put pills in our mouth and swallow pills and get high. We want to drink to the point where we're just drunk and not even in our right state of mind. We don't even know you understand? We don't even know how we got to where we was going, and we wake up the next day, we don't even know what's going on because we want to get so drunk. You understand? We have to be sober and vigilant. That's how we're going to be able to understand how the Christian church is manipulating us. The scriptures say they'll take, give me that scripture where it says they're taking crafty counsel, man. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see, read it. We got to understand, man, they know what they're doing. They the one put the dope in the communities. So they understand what they're doing. You understand? They know that, you know, we gonna get drunk and high out our minds, and we not gonna be able to see what's coming. They're gonna hit us, and we ain't gonna even know what's coming. Because we too damn high, and we too damn drunk, or we too focused on other things. We not able to, you understand? We're not able to you know, focus on the task at hand. We too caught up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. Mm-hmm. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel, meaning they smart with it. They know what they doing. Like they causing a bunch of confusion. They put the dope in the community. They got the you know what I'm saying, the brothers, the men fighting over it. Boom. Now we hating each other because, you know what I'm saying, this person got more than what I got. They called the white man has caused confusion amongst our sisters, you know what I'm saying, have them hating each other. cause, you know what I'm saying, they got TV shows out there where it's always a bunch of mess and gossip and, you know, a bunch of stuff that just it's polluting their minds. You understand? That's what's going on. And we got to understand something. They are taking crafty counsel against us. So guess what? We have to be able to counter that. How are we going to counter that? Stay sober. Stay vigilant. When I say sober, that don't mean you can't drink. You can't, you know, I'm saying keep it to the level of what's lawful. That way you can be alert at any time. You can have the trigger ready. And I ain't talking about, you know, because our weapons of this world are not carnal. I'm talking about spiritual. You understand? Keep them precepts ready. So you get a battle. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers, you get a battle. You ain't too drunk where you can't fight off a Christian or cut a Christian. Because guess what? That Christian may turn around and leave Christianity and come into the truth because you were able to show him the way. That's how we got to do this. That's how we're going to win this battle, by getting more brothers in here, by getting more sisters in the truth. You understand? That's how we combat that. And as a result, then the Most High can come save us out of this captivity. You understand? Our goal is to get everybody. We want to save. Listen, we want everybody to, you know, every brother, like not everybody, what I mean, everybody in Israel. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We want everybody to get saved. You understand? That's the goal. We're trying to reach everyone. You know what I'm saying? All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what we're trying to do, man. So go back to verse 5 in chapter 20 in Exodus.
For I, the Lord, thy God, am a jealous God.
He's a what?
A jealous God.
So when you in church and you bowing down to Caesar Borgia, you understand, trying to say your prayers, the Lord is extremely upset at that. He hates that. You understand? It says, for he is a jealous God. Most High ain't like, he ain't feeling that. And women, we know, y'all know what jealousy, how jealousy feels. You understand? It ain't a good feeling when you're jealous. It make you hate you understand? Like the Lord hates Caesar Borgia. You understand? The Lord hates the white man. And you want to sit up here and worship the white man and worship Caesar Borgia and worship a cross and all this other, you know, nonsense, worship a rock. You understand? How's a rock gonna save you from this captivity? Our God is a living God, not a damn rock or a damn crucifix. You understand? Keep reading.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Man, you know, listen, the Most High is gonna listen. It's when the Lord's vengeance come upon these people, you understand, it's not gonna be pretty. You understand? Go back to Daniel 3. What was that?
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold.
So Nebuchadnezzar made a graven image. He made an image of gold. Go ahead.
Whose height was 80 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits.
Now I don't know the exact measurements of, you know, cubits, but it's, you know what I'm saying, you can look, it's not hard to look it up. You can find out the exact measurements of, you know, 80 cubits and the, you know, 6 cubits, and find out what the actual measurement is converted into inches or feet or whatever, and then you can find out how big this image was. Go ahead.
He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon.
So he basically set it up. If you ever been to DC, you know how like the Washington Monument or, you know, things like that just set up in the middle of like just the plain, like, you know what I'm saying, where they held the Million Man March at, this big old, you know, monument just sitting in the middle of the plains. That's kind of how this image was that Nebuchadnezzar made, this idol. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 2. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image, which Nebuchadnezzar, the king, had set up.
So Nebuchadnezzar had everybody come to the area where he set up this idol, you know what I'm saying, because he's preparing it for worship. So what happens when you, on Sunday, when it's time to go to church? What do you do? Who all comes out? to church? Go ahead. Huh? I mean, that's some old ladies, all old ladies. Who else? Go ahead. White people come to church. Who else? Go ahead. Huh? Grandkids got to come, because if the old ladies got to come, they got to bring the grandkids too. Who else? Go ahead. Oh yeah, black people in church too. Who else? You got the police officers in church. You got the governors. You got all the politics. The same type of people that's gathering together right here. Read that again.
Come. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Everybody is worshiping these other idols and stuff. All the prominent people of that land, all the people that got power. You understand what they say? What's on the back of a dollar bill? In God we trust, right? So they follow the whole philosophy of trying to worship this Caesar Borgia image that's out here, or Islam, or whatever they into, but it's not the truth. It's not, you know what I'm saying, the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA. It's everything but that. So that's what they doing. They gathering together to do. Keep reading.
Verse 3. Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Verse 4. Then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages. Verse 5. That at what time...
Hold on, go back. It says, read that again, just the last part.
Verse 4.
The last part of verse 4. Verse 4. Salakia.
Verse 4. Then an herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded.
It is what?
Commanded.
So a herald cried out loud, meaning the people that, like the voice of the powerful people, the people that make the choices. A herald cried out loud and said, it is what?
To you it is commanded.
To you it is commanded. So it's like, now it's not a choice. You're forced to worship this idol that Nebuchadnezzar has made. You understand? It's a commandment that is law. You understand? Some places on the earth, they got law where, you got to worship whatever God they got set up. If you go to, I can't really think of the country offhand, but some of these places you get stoned to death if you get caught worshiping, doing other things. You understand? Like, they have real strict laws set up in place for that. You understand? It's no different from what Nebuchadnezzar is doing. Keep reading.
O people, nation, and languages. Verse 5. That at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up.
So when you hear that organ play, when you hear that guitar, when you hear them drums, when you hear the tamarines, you know what I'm saying? We know name some more instruments that they have in the church. The grand piano, can't forget that one. But you got the organ player, and then you got the grand piano player. One on one side, the other one on the other side. You understand? You got to have the drums. You get in the pews with your is it the hymn or whatever they, you know what I'm saying, that you read from. And then guess what? That music get to playing, and they got the and then you just get to doing all this, and you fall down to your knees, and you get to worshiping and doing. Read what it said again. Read start at the part where it says, and all kinds of music. Verse 5.
That at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet.
Start at where it says, and all kinds of music.
And all kinds of music.
You do what?
Ye fall down and worship.
fall down and worship. What they do when the churches, when they be hearing that stuff, and the old lady with the apple hat with all the different fruits in it, it fall off and she get to running around the church and she fall on the ground and she doing all this crazy stuff. What's she doing? She's falling down and worshiping what's set forth in front of them, which is that big old cross with white Jesus. You understand? With Caesar Borgia on it, and she's worshiping it. Go ahead. You got something you want to say? Yeah, she catch. Oh, that's what she said. That's what they said it is, the Holy Ghost. You understand? But that is a form of idol worship, man. You understand? When you are, I'll give you another example. December 25th, you got your jingle bells. You understand? You got the Merry Christmas. What? Go ahead. Frosty the Snowman. All these different type of songs. Guess what? You get down in front of that tree, and what you do? You fall down, you put them gifts under the tree, or you opening gifts. You understand what I'm saying? And you like, it's so bad. Not only are you worshiping another God, but we program our children to worship another God. We programming our children to worship this fake man, this white man. You understand what I'm saying? Some people try to make him black, but originally he's a white man, of course, called Santa Claus, which it's a whole, you know what I'm saying, a whole breakdown on Saint Nick. It's a whole breakdown on that Saint Nicholas stuff. That, like, it's all coming from the pagan holiday, pagan worship. You understand? This man supposed to be sliding down the chimney. Look, if you at home right now, you ain't work, like, let's not think about Christmas right now. If somebody slide down your chimney, what's gonna happen to them if they come in your house? You understand, right? Like, but on this day, you allow this white man to slide down your chimney into your home and leave some cookies behind for the kids. You understand? That right there is opening the door for molestation. That is allowing the predator that stay down the street to that. It's just a symbol. It's a sign, like, okay, it's okay, kids, that this stranger is gonna come into our home and he's gonna leave you cookies, and it's opening the door for your children to get molested. Because guess what? The neighbor down the street can have some just made chocolate chip cookies. He can say, "Oh, it's okay. Santa Claus does it." You understand? And they're gonna be like, Santa Claus, and then they're gonna feel welcome. They're gonna feel like it's okay. You understand? We gotta, like, it's deeper than what we really be thinking. But that's why you gotta stay sober and stay vigilant and on your toes and be able to counteract anything that's put in front of you. You understand? Put your hand down. Put your hand down. You can counteract anything that's coming up against you because you prepare for it. You set up, now you got your defenses. Now, I'm not saying, because some people build up defenses against the wrong people. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna know who, listen, the priests and prophets of the Lord and the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, we only here to help you. So you setting up your defenses against us, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. You need to be setting up your defenses against all Christianity and the white man. That's what you need to be doing. You understand? You set up your defenses against the wrong people, the people that's gonna help you get up out of whatever you're going through, you want to be against. You understand? It's time for us to wake up and understand what's happening to us. We're in a time right now where at one point it was a time where we wasn't able to see these things. Like, they're doing it right in front of you. They really been doing it, but now more of our people are starting to wake up. More of our people are starting to be a little bit more alert. You understand? But there's still a vast majority out there that still sleep. We got to wake them up. The only way we're going to do that is that we follow what we're supposed to follow. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we got to get delivered out of this captivity. We got to get delivered out of this hell. Everybody talk about what they're going through in life, and life beats you down. But what are you trying to do to get up out of this life? Are you just going to sit around and sulk? Or are you going to put your brick in to try to get up out of it? If you stuck in a tunnel, are you going to just sit there and just pray that somebody help you? Or are you going to at least try to fight your way out? I'm going to claw and dig and scrap, and I'm going to do everything I can to try to get out. You understand? And if somebody help me, most high in Christ. But I'm going to try. You got me messed up. I'm getting up out of this hole. You understand? I'm going to die trying. That's what we need to be thinking about right now. Either, you know what I'm saying? We need to be trying to do what we can to get up out of this hell, or die trying. You understand? Keep reading though. What was that?
Verse 6. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
So now the herald is saying, the words that Nebuchadnezzar basically gave him instruction to tell people, listen, y'all gonna fall down and worship this idol. Whosoever don't fall down in this same hour, you're gonna be cast into the fire. You understand? The fiery furnace. You understand? Meaning you have no choice but to worship this idol that the king has set forth. And if you don't, you're gonna get cast into this fire. You're gonna burn alive. You understand? Keep reading.
Come on, one come. Verse 7. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all the kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
So when they heard the music, this was the cue. You understand? It's like musical chairs. As soon as you hear the music, it's time to fall down. It's time to worship. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? So on cue, when they hear that national anthem, you understand? Everybody stand up, put their hand over their heart. You understand? And recite it on cue. When they hear the Pledge of Allegiance, you understand? It's like it's on cue. They program you. This is what they're doing. You understand? Right here, it's like they physically doing it. Like if you don't do it, we're gonna put you in the fire. But nowadays, it's like it's a mental thing. You understand? Because guess what? They don't have to force us to do it no more. Why? If anybody know, you understand? It's in it. Go ahead.
We want to do it now.
But why though? Give me a precept. You want to try to give it a shot? Give me a precept. Why they don't have to force us no more? Yeah, you got it.
Because they're trained.
Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Anybody? I'll give you some time. I need a precept though. Why do we not have to be forced to do it no more? Let me see if anybody online got it. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna check online real quick and see if y'all got it. You understand? I'll give you a hint though, it's in Deuteronomy. All right, so I don't got nobody on the fan page trying to answer it. Let me go check the I.S.U.P.K Houston page and see if somebody trying to answer it, because we need these answers, man. Let's see. No sweat. Nobody trying to answer it. Y'all don't know. It's in Deuteronomy. Why do we not have to be forced to? You understand? Why do they don't have to threaten us no more to throw us into the fire? Why do we not have to be forced to do it no more? Go ahead. Read it for me. That sounds like that's it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
That's the one. Get it for me, Ron, and read it on the microphone. That's the one right there. Give her a hand. That's exactly what it is. 28 and 48. That's exactly what it is.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He shall what?
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So at one point, they had to force us to do whatever we needed to do. They wanted us, just like you put that bit in the horse's mouth and you want the horse to go this way, guess what? They used to physically put a chain around your neck and a chain around your arms and tell you, walk this way, hold that gun up. You understand? Threaten you, right? Have a noose in their hand ready to, have that whip in their hand. Tell you, walk this way, boy. Oh, do this. You know what I'm saying? And because they actually physically had the chains upon our neck. Go ahead.
God will come until he have destroyed thee.
Until when?
until he have destroyed thee.
So by them putting that physical chain around our neck, now it's like it's not there no more, but now it's like it's still there for us. It's still like whatever he tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? They tell me, hey, you know, go to church on Sunday, I'm gonna do it. Work, you know, fall down, pray to this, pray to the seizure boys here. You're gonna do it because now you've been destroyed. So now they can feed you anything. Now it's whatever, yes, sir, master. Whatever they say, now whatever they teach you in school. Growing up as a baby, you growing up, you understand, they teach you in school, they teach you the history. The history is all messed up. Now they teaching that you ain't even come on the slave ship forcefully. Now they saying you was willingly participants to get on the slave ship and come over here and be a sharecropper. That's what they saying in the history books now. Like the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And I can't wait to the day that foul beast get put to death and be eliminated from this planet. You understand? Because like the whole agenda that they pushing is to keep you destroyed. The scriptures say they'll put a yoke upon our neck till they have destroyed you. So now they ain't gotta say, they don't gotta threaten you with the fire. They ain't gotta threaten to throw you in Daniel chapter 3. Now they ain't gotta threaten you with throwing you in the fire because you don't want to worship their God. Now it's like you willingly do it because, oh, I'm free. I could worship whatever I want to worship. I could do what I want to do. It's manipulation at its best. You understand? That's what they do, man. And that's how we destroy it. So let's go back to Daniel. I'm sorry, my dick can get it. You want to, you took one with the, yeah, we got a mic up here. We took one. Where you was at? Yeah, verse 8.
Daniel chapter 3, verse 8. Wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. Verse 9. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever.
I'm talking about these Chaldeans came and said, you know, they accusing the who? Who they accusing? Verse 8. What the Jews? It say the Jews. They're accusing the Jews. Who? Like that lets you know that there's a people in this land that ain't, you know, the same people as Nebuchadnezzar. They ain't the same people as these rulers and provinces and everybody that had power and rulership. It's a different set of people in this land that they talking about. The Chaldeans said the Jews. You understand? Who are the Jews? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You understand? It says they spake to the king and said, "Oh, king, live forever." So they praising the king like he'll live forever, like, "Oh, hail, thou king." You understand? Go ahead.
Thou, O king, has made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image.
So they said every man, like they reiterated, like, "Oh, king, you said every man that hear these sounds should fall down and worship that image that you created." Go ahead.
And whoso falleth not down and worship it, that he shall be cast into the midst of the burning fury furnace.
Keep going.
Verse 12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
Hold on. So it says there are certain, so they come and they snitching. You understand? They're like, so there's certain Jews, like these certain, you know what I'm saying, that you have set up over the affairs of the province of Babylon. So it's no difference between, you know what I'm saying, like certain people that actually understood that in this land, that follow their laws, but they are set in high places. You got brothers in the truth that's still, you know what I'm saying, that might be trying to fight to get off the force, but might still be on a police force or in the military or have some positions of power. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? If the U.S. government say do something that's gonna go against the truth, they're not gonna do it. And guess what's gonna happen? The word gonna get out. You understand? It's the same thing that's happening right now. The word got out to Nebuchadnezzar. You understand? He said, man, these certain Jews, man, they ain't doing what you said do, but you set these people over, you know, the affairs and such and such. They got high position or whatever. Listen, they ain't doing what you say to do. What we gonna do about that? You understand? Keep reading where you at.
O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Well, guess what? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they wasn't finna worship that idol that the king had set forth. Nor are they gonna worship any other god that they're telling them to worship. They don't care what you tell them. You all right, you saying to fall down and all that. I see y'all doing it. Yeah, y'all go ahead and do it. We ain't doing it. You understand? Go ahead.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men.
So now the king like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? You know what? They're gonna defy me. Bring them hither. You know what I'm saying? Bring them hither before me. Go ahead.
Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
So the king asking them, is this true? Like, is this like they just lying on you, or you really like this really happening? You know what I'm saying? Because the king, like, he don't believe somebody would defy his word. So he like, man, nah, it must be a misunderstanding. Let's get to the bottom of this. So you really not gonna follow my image that I set forth and told you to follow? Go ahead.
Verse 15. Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
So he's saying, okay, so now, you know what I'm saying? It was told to me that y'all didn't do it the first time. You understand? So now I'm giving you another chance. Now, you be ready. When that time comes, when you hear that these instruments, you fall down and you worship that God. It's no different from the white man when he about to lock you up. You understand? All right, that boy, I'm gonna give you another chance. Now, if you go on ahead and snitch on you there, your homeboy, I'll cut you some slack. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't, then I'm going to throw you in prison for life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. They're cutting ultimatums. They telling you, okay, if you don't do this, then look, you facing this or death. Well, guess what? We're gonna keep reading.
And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand?
So he's saying, look, hey, if you go ahead and bow down and worship it, well. So he said, well, he means, okay, then cool, we good. You understand? If you do it, then we good now. We ain't gonna, you understand, ain't gonna hold it against you. But if you don't, then I shall throw you into the fire. You understand? And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand? So he basically saying, look, I got a God for you to serve, but if you don't follow what I say, then where your God at that's gonna help deliver you out of this furnace? Then I'm gonna throw you in that furnace and you're gonna burn to death. So what God is gonna save you? You understand? So basically he mocking them and letting them know, like, your God ain't more powerful than my God that I have set forth, or more powerful than me. You understand? So keep reading.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
It says, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter, meaning we ain't really worried about what you're talking about. You understand? I'm not going to hesitate to tell you no, that I'm not going to serve your God. I'm not going to be careful. I'm not going to hesitate. You understand? We're not going to be careful to answer this matter. Like, meaning you're not going to like what we about to say. You know, there's so many words. You're not going to feel this. You understand? You ain't going to be feeling this. Keep reading.
Verse 17, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Hold on. Now, this is right here is key. This is why we always say, Lord willing. You understand? When we doing something, we say, Lord willing, I'll make it to the Passover. Lord willing, I'll do this. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? I'll see you next week. Lord, because guess what? It's all about the Most High's will. And that's what they saying right here. If it be so, you understand? If I may, if possible, you understand what I'm saying? If the Lord will, then, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is going to deliver us. He's going to be able to deliver us from this burning fiery furnace, if it's his will. You understand? Keep reading.
And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
And he will deliver us out of thine. It ain't say he might deliver us. If it's his will, if it be so, he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. You understand? Meaning you have no power over our God. Our God is a living God, not no golden image that you have set forth for us to worship. Go ahead.
Verse 18, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God.
So we letting you know we not finna worship this golden image. We have a God that we serve, and that's the God we're gonna serve. You understand? Keep reading.
That we will not nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated.
So now when they told King Nebuchadnezzar that, his whole like perception changed to them. Because at first he was like, well, I'm gonna give y'all a chance if y'all go ahead and worship it. You know what I'm saying? And he really not thinking that they're gonna go against him. He said like he giving like the ultimate ultimatum: either worship my God or die. He believed that they're gonna just worship his God. They don't want to die. This is surely what he's thinking. Surely they don't want to die, because this is how we know this, because Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and his whole demeanor changed towards them. That's how you know he was expecting them to say, okay, oh king, we'll worship your image. When they said, no, you ain't gonna like what we got to say. You understand? Our God is gonna deliver us, if it's his will, out of your hands.